Have you ever been told to avoid cheese after 60 because of your heart or cholesterol? I used to believe the same thing until I watched one of my patients, a 68-year-old man named John Harris from Ohio, completely transform his strength, energy, and balance in just 3 months. And the secret, a single overlooked type of cheese added to his daily routine. Hi there, welcome back. If you're over 60 or caring for someone who is, this might surprise you. Cheese, when chosen and timed correctly, can actually help rebuild muscle, improve mobility, and fight off age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. For decades, cheese has gotten a bad reputation. People assume it's loaded with saturated fat and sodium, that it clogs arteries and raises blood pressure. But like many things in nutrition, it's not about the food itself, it's about how and when you use it. Mr. Harris had lost over 10 pounds of lean mass after a surgery setback. He was weak, unstable, and afraid to walk across the room without help. Once we introduced a strategic cheese plan into his recovery diet, paired with just 10 minutes of daily movement, his progress skyrocketed. Within weeks, he was stronger, steadier, and smiling again. And this isn't just anecdotal. As Dr. Stuart Phillips, a leading nutrition researcher from McMaster University, says, sarcopenia is reversible if we provide the right protein at the right time. In today's video, we're going to break down exactly how to do that. You'll discover the 3 types of cheese that can help you stay strong and independent as you age, plus how to eat them, when to eat them, and how to combine them with simple movement for maximum results. So let's begin with the silent muscle killer that most people don't even know they have, sarcopenia. We often think of aging as a slow, steady decline, but what if I told you that one of the most dangerous aspects of getting older isn't age itself, but something far more silent and preventable? It's called sarcopenia, a word that many seniors have never even heard of, yet it steals strength from millions each year. Sarcopenia is the progressive loss of muscle mass and function as we age. While it's common, it's far from harmless. This condition quietly chips away at your independence, starting with small things, struggling to get up from a chair, losing balance on stairs, or feeling exhausted after just a short walk. Scientifically speaking, sarcopenia begins to creep in as early as age 40, but after 60, it accelerates. Research shows that adults over 60 lose about 1–2% of their muscle mass per year. That might sound minor, but over a decade, that's up to 20% of your muscle gone. And by age 80, if no action is taken, the loss can reach 30–50%. That's not just a statistic, it's the difference between living independently and needing daily assistance. Let me give you a visual. An MRI scan comparing the thigh muscle of a healthy 30-year-old versus a sedentary 70-year-old is shocking. In the younger image, you'll see thick, solid muscle surrounding the femur. In the older one, that muscle is significantly shrunken, surrounded by fat infiltration. This isn't just about looks. That muscle controls balance, strength, even circulation. Without it, your risk of falling, breaking bones, and losing independence skyrockets. I remember one of my patients, Mr. James, a retired mechanic in his early 70s. He came in after falling in his garage, not because of a slippery floor, but because his legs simply gave out. "Doc, I don't feel like myself anymore," he said. That moment led to a full evaluation, and the realization that he'd lost nearly 25% of his lower body muscle mass in just 5 years. But here's the good news: sarcopenia is not irreversible. Mr. James is now walking a mile every morning, climbing stairs without assistance, and cooking his own meals, all thanks to a tailored plan of nutrition and light resistance training. And that brings us to an important turning point in this conversation: how nutrition, specifically the right kind of protein at the right time, can help rebuild muscle tissue even after age 60. If you think you're too old to regain strength, think again, because certain foods aren't just nutritious, they're functional tools for repairing your muscles from the inside out. One of the most overlooked muscle-building allies, a simple, creamy food you may already know but might not appreciate fully: cottage cheese. Let's dive into why this humble cheese might just become your best friend in the fight against sarcopenia. When it comes to rebuilding lost muscle after 60, few foods are as quietly powerful as cottage cheese. It doesn't have the glamour of trendy protein powders or the bold flavor of aged cheeses, but what it lacks in flash, it makes up for in function. The true magic of cottage cheese lies in its rich content of casein protein, a slow-digesting form of protein that provides a steady release of amino acids to your muscles over several hours. While many other proteins flood your bloodstream quickly and then fade away, casein works like a timed-release capsule, feeding your muscles gradually for 6 to 8 hours, especially valuable during the long overnight fasting period. But cottage cheese doesn't stop there. It's also one of the best natural sources of leucine, an essential amino acid often called the muscle trigger. Leucine flips the switch that signals your body to build and repair muscle tissue. For older adults, this is a critical function because the body becomes less responsive to muscle-building signals with age, a condition called anabolic resistance. Leucine-rich foods like cottage cheese help override that resistance, making your meals far more effective. Another big advantage, cottage cheese is low in calories, soft in texture, and easy to digest, a trio that makes it ideal for seniors who struggle with chewing, digestion, or maintaining a healthy weight. For many older patients I've worked with, appetite is a real barrier to recovery, especially after injury or illness. Cottage cheese solves several problems at once. It's rich in nutrients, gentle on the stomach, and can be consumed even when chewing is difficult. Take Mrs. Mary Thompson, for example. She was 72 when she slipped on her porch and fractured her hip. After surgery, her appetite vanished and her weight dropped rapidly, along with her muscle mass. We started her on a simple regimen: 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese before bed and again first thing in the morning, paired with short daily walks using a walker. After just 8 weeks, her balance had improved, her energy levels rose, and she had regained several pounds of lean muscle. What amazed her most wasn't the numbers, it was how quickly she began to feel like herself again. And the beauty of cottage cheese is how versatile it is in the kitchen. You don't have to eat it plain. Try mixing it with soft fruits like mashed banana or blueberries for a naturally sweet, protein-rich dessert. For a savory spin, blend it with herbs and use it as a spread on whole grain toast. Many of my patients even use it as a healthy alternative to mayonnaise in tuna salad or deviled eggs, slashing calories while boosting protein content. This isn't just good for your muscles, it's good for your heart and waistline too. If you're still skeptical about eating dairy before bed, science is on your side. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming 30 grams of casein protein before sleep increased muscle protein synthesis by 22% in older adults. That means your body continues to build and repair muscle even while you're sleeping, something few foods can claim to do. For seniors, especially those recovering from injury or illness, this small bedtime habit can become a cornerstone of healing. Now, let me ask you directly, have you ever tried cottage cheese before? If not, what has held you back? Is it the texture, the taste, or maybe you just didn't know how powerful it really is? Leave a comment below. I read every one of them and I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Because once you realize that something as simple as a spoonful of cottage cheese before bed can help you walk farther, stand stronger, and live more independently, it becomes more than just a snack, it becomes a strategy. And speaking of strategies, what if I told you that another type of cheese, one you may already have in your kitchen, is not only muscle-friendly, but also nearly lactose-free and incredibly easy to integrate into everyday meals? Let's talk about Parmesan cheese, a small but mighty addition to any senior's muscle-rebuilding toolbox. When people think of muscle-building foods, they usually imagine big protein shakes or grilled chicken breasts, not a small sprinkle of cheese. But here's the twist. Parmesan cheese, with just a spoonful, can deliver a nutritional impact that rivals far larger portions of other protein sources. This aged cheese is an absolute powerhouse of concentrated protein. Gram for gram, Parmesan contains more usable protein than most other cheeses, making it a perfect ally for older adults who may struggle with appetite or portion sizes. Even better, Parmesan is virtually lactose-free. The long aging process breaks down nearly all of the lactose, making it remarkably gentle on the digestive system, even for people who normally can't tolerate dairy. This is especially important for seniors, since lactose intolerance tends to increase with age. For those who have written off cheese entirely, Parmesan offers a safe, delicious way to get back in the game without digestive discomfort. But there's another reason Parmesan deserves a place on your plate: calcium, and lots of it. Calcium isn't just good for bones, it's also essential for neuromuscular function. Every time you take a step, lift a cup, or rise from a chair, your muscles depend on calcium to contract efficiently. Without enough of it, even simple movements become shaky, unsteady, or weak. Parmesan delivers this critical mineral in abundance and in a form that your body readily absorbs. Let me share the story of Mr. Charles Miller, a 65-year-old retired accountant. He had diabetes and hypertension, and for years, he avoided cheese entirely out of fear it would worsen his cholesterol or blood pressure. But after losing weight unintentionally and feeling increasingly fatigued, we reevaluated his diet. I recommended he try sprinkling just a teaspoon of freshly grated Parmesan on his steamed vegetables, especially after light walks or morning stretches. Over the course of 3 months, not only did he regain a few pounds of lean mass, but his energy returned and his walking gait improved. His blood pressure remained stable, and more importantly, he felt confident again. Parmesan is also incredibly practical. You don't need to eat it in large amounts. Just a tablespoon, or even less, can significantly boost the protein content of a meal. Try sprinkling it over hard-boiled eggs for breakfast, tossing it into a salad for lunch, or melting it into vegetable soup for dinner. Pairing Parmesan with nutrient-rich vegetables like broccoli or steamed carrots not only adds flavor, but creates a well-rounded, muscle-friendly dish. And here's a little-known trick. Grating Parmesan fresh right before eating doesn't just enhance the flavor. It actually improves your body's ability to digest and absorb its nutrients. This is because the process of grating breaks down the cheese's structure and releases more surface area for digestion, while stimulating appetite through its aroma. It turns a humble topping into a nutritional upgrade. As Dr. Joel Fuhrman aptly said, "A little Parmesan each day is better than a multivitamin." That might sound exaggerated until you realize just how efficient this cheese is at delivering dense nutrition with minimal volume. Especially for older adults who want to keep meals light but impactful, Parmesan provides an elegant solution. So if you're looking to enhance your diet with strength-boosting foods, don't overlook the small things. 1 teaspoon of Parmesan isn't just about flavor. It's about fueling muscle resilience and supporting long-term mobility. And while Parmesan is a high-impact cheese in small doses, there's another variety that works in a very different way. It's soft, smooth, and rich in fast-acting protein, ideal for post-activity recovery or when you need a gentle, heart-friendly option. Let's explore why ricotta cheese might be the perfect complement to your muscle-supporting routine. When it comes to muscle recovery, especially after physical activity, ricotta cheese may just be the most underrated tool in the nutritional toolkit for seniors. What sets ricotta apart from other cheeses is its source. It's made from whey, a fast-digesting protein that your body absorbs almost immediately. Unlike casein, which offers a slow, sustained release of amino acids, whey is quick to flood your bloodstream, delivering the exact nutrients your muscles crave after movement. This makes ricotta the perfect post-exercise companion, particularly for older adults whose muscles take longer to recover and rebuild. After a simple walk, stretching session, or a round of physical therapy, your muscles are in a state of heightened need. Ricotta meets that need with remarkable efficiency, helping to reduce soreness and improve muscle repair by providing a rapid influx of branched-chain amino acids, BCAA. These specific amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine, are well documented for their role in repairing microtears in muscle tissue, supporting recovery, and even preventing further breakdown. The texture of ricotta is another key advantage. It's soft, creamy, and low in sodium, making it ideal for seniors with hypertension or those who experience swallowing difficulties, a common but often overlooked issue in older age. For individuals with denture challenges or reduced saliva production, Ricotta slides down easily, requiring minimal chewing while still offering maximum nourishment. Consider the case of Mr. Frank Reynolds, a 70-year-old former construction worker who suffered a mild stroke. As part of his recovery, he began daily physical therapy sessions. At first, progress was slow, his muscles ached, and fatigue set in quickly. But after incorporating a small serving of ricotta into his post-therapy snack, things began to shift. We blended ricotta with a banana and a spoonful of peanut butter for him each afternoon. Within weeks, Frank reported less soreness, more energy, and even started walking short distances without assistance. His therapist noticed improvements too, not just in his mobility, but in his attitude and engagement. And let's not forget how easy and enjoyable ricotta is to use. Spread it over whole grain toast with a drizzle of honey for a protein-packed breakfast. Mix it with steamed veggies or roasted sweet potatoes to create a savory dip. Add it to smoothies with fruits and nuts for a dessert-like snack that feeds your muscles without spiking your blood pressure or blood sugar. It's one of those rare foods that's both therapeutic and satisfying. Now here's a question to consider. Would you eat ricotta as a dessert, a main course, or a snack? Tell me in the comments. I'm always curious to know how people get creative with this nutritional gem. And here's the bigger picture. While ricotta, parmesan, and cottage cheese each have their own special advantages, their true power is unlocked when you combine them with another vital ingredient, movement. Yes, food fuels the body, but it's exercise that tells your body where to send that fuel. Without movement, even the best proteins won't be used effectively. In the next section, we're going to dive into how timing your protein intake and pairing it with simple daily activity can make all the difference in fighting sarcopenia and keeping your body strong well into your later years. Let's explore the strategy that ties it all together. In the battle against muscle loss after 60, most people focus on how much protein they are eating, but far fewer pay attention to when they are eating it, and that's a major mistake. You see, timing your protein intake can be just as important, if not more so, than the total amount you consume in a day. That's because your muscles respond best to consistent, evenly spaced doses of protein, especially when it comes in amounts of 25 to 30 grams per meal. This range is the threshold needed to activate a process called muscle protein synthesis, the biological engine that builds and repairs muscle tissue. Many older adults fall into the habit of loading most of their protein at dinner, often skipping or minimizing it at breakfast and lunch. But the body can only process a limited amount of protein at one time. If you pack 50 grams into your evening meal, but have little to no protein earlier in the day, much of that protein simply isn't used efficiently. Instead, it's smarter and more muscle-friendly to spread protein evenly across 3 meals. That's where the protein timing rule comes in. It's simple and easy to remember. Morning, start your day with cottage cheese, rich in slow-digesting casein to fuel your muscles for hours. Midday, add a sprinkle of parmesan to lunch for a concentrated hit of protein and calcium. Evening, finish with ricotta, whose fast-digesting whey protein helps with overnight recovery. When you align your protein intake with your body's natural rhythm and energy demands, you maximize the benefit of every gram you eat. But food alone isn't enough. In order for your body to want to build muscle, it needs a signal: movement. Resistance training, even in its simplest forms, is that signal. The good news is you don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment to stimulate your muscles. All it takes is consistent, light activity. Here are a few senior-friendly exercises that pack a punch. Chair stands. Sit and stand from a sturdy chair 10 times to activate the leg and core muscles. Wall push-ups. Do 15 reps against a wall to strengthen your chest and arms. Resistance bands. Use simple elastic bands for bicep curls or shoulder presses, perfect for low-impact training. Functional movement. Activities like gardening, folding laundry, or even carrying groceries help maintain coordination and muscle endurance. These movements, though modest, wake up the muscles, telling your body, we need strength here. Then when you follow that up with a dose of high-quality protein from cheese, you give your muscles the raw materials they need to rebuild stronger than before. As Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, a leading expert in aging and strength training, puts it, use it or lose it. move it, and fuel it. That's the formula: consistent motion paired with the right nutrients at the right time. So remember, it's not just about eating more protein or doing a few squats now and then. It's about creating a rhythm between movement and nourishment day after day. When that rhythm is in place, your body responds. You get stronger, steadier, more independent, and more in control of your health than ever before. But before you rush to load up your plate with cheese, there are still a few important health considerations to keep in mind, especially when it comes to salt, lactose, kidney function, and medication interactions. Let's break down the key safety tips for adding cheese to your diet as you age. While cheese can be a powerful ally in maintaining muscle mass and overall strength after 60, it's important to remember that not all bodies respond the same way, especially in our later years. Fortunately, with a little awareness and a few simple adjustments, most people can safely enjoy the benefits of cottage, Parmesan, and ricotta without concern. One of the most common issues among older adults is lactose intolerance, which can cause bloating, cramping, or digestive discomfort after eating dairy. The good news: Parmesan cheese is nearly lactose-free due to its long aging process, making it an excellent option even for those who usually avoid milk or cream. For cottage cheese and ricotta, it's best to start with small servings and observe your body's response. Many brands also offer lactose-free versions. Another frequent concern is high blood pressure. Cheese has a reputation for being high in sodium, but that varies greatly by type. Ricotta and low-sodium cottage cheese are both gentle on the heart and can be enjoyed regularly by those watching their sodium intake. Always check the labels and opt for versions labeled low sodium when available. If you're watching your cholesterol or trying to lose weight, the key is portion control. Keeping your daily cheese intake under 400 calories, which is usually around 3 to 4 ounces total, allows you to gain all the protein and muscle-supporting benefits without tipping into excess fat or calorie consumption. Combining cheese with vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats can help balance the overall meal. For those taking blood thinners like warfarin, consistency is everything. Certain cheeses, particularly the aged or mold-ripened types, can contain vitamin K, which affects how blood thinners work. While Parmesan and ricotta have relatively low levels, the important thing is to keep your intake steady. Avoid large fluctuations from day to day. And finally, anyone with chronic kidney disease or impaired kidney function should speak with their healthcare provider before making big dietary changes. While protein is important, excessive intake may place stress on compromised kidneys. That said, for the majority of healthy adults over 60, these cheeses can be safely enjoyed and even play a central role in rebuilding lost muscle and regaining physical resilience. Just be mindful, make gradual changes, and listen to your body. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's been your biggest challenge when trying to change your diet after 60? Share your experience in the comments so others in the community can learn from and support you. And if you're ready to take action, you'll want a simple, practical plan you can follow each day. In the next section, we'll map out a 90-day game plan using these 3 cheeses: light activity and smart habits to help you regain strength, mobility, and confidence one day at a time. Let's get started. If you're ready to reclaim your strength and feel more alive in your own body, then the next 90 days can be a turning point. And it doesn't require anything extreme, no intense gym routines, no complicated diets. Just a commitment to consistent, simple habits day by day. Think of it as a reset button, powered by 3 functional foods and a few minutes of purposeful movement. Here's a sample daily routine to help you get started. Morning. Begin your day with a bowl of cottage cheese and sliced banana. This pairing delivers slow-digesting protein with a touch of natural sweetness and potassium to support muscle and nerve function. Lunch. Prepare a fresh green salad topped with shaved Parmesan and olive oil. It's light yet packed with protein, calcium, and flavor. Dinner. Finish with a comforting bowl of whole wheat pasta mixed with creamy ricotta and a side of steamed vegetables, such as broccoli, carrots, or spinach. This not only satisfies, but also promotes overnight muscle repair. Post-activity snack. After your walk or light stretching, Enjoy a small portion of ricotta or cottage cheese to maximize recovery and reduce soreness. Alongside this meal plan, aim for 10 to 15 minutes of daily physical activity. This could be anything from chair exercises, wall push-ups, resistance band routines, to walking the dog or light gardening. The goal is to stay consistent, not to overexert. As the weeks go by, start noticing changes. Are you walking farther without needing to rest? Are your knees feeling stronger as you climb stairs? Are you sleeping deeper, thinking more clearly, or simply feeling more capable than you did a month ago? These are all signs that your body is responding, healing, strengthening, and adapting to the care you're giving it. I've seen this transformation countless times in my patients. People like Mrs. Ellen Brooks, who, at 68, started this plan after a fall that left her feeling frail and discouraged. After sticking to her 90-day cheese and movement routine, she not only regained her mobility, but began dancing again at her local senior center. "I didn't realize how much control I still had over my health," she told me. That realization changed everything, and that perhaps is the most important takeaway. Getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. It means getting wiser about how to care for the body you live in. Nutrition, especially when timed correctly and paired with light exercise, isn't just fuel, it's medicine. It's empowerment. The kind of empowerment that lets you rise from a chair with confidence, carry your groceries without strain, or enjoy an afternoon walk without worry. So give yourself 90 days. Let food be your ally. Let movement be your signal. And let each meal become a message to your muscles. We're not done yet, because age doesn't end your story, it refines it. And with the right approach, your strongest chapters might still be ahead.